What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And we are back. We're back. We're back. It's another beautiful day, but hot day in Dallas, Texas. And it's also Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all the men who are watching this, who are fathers, for all the men who got some babies on the way. Happy Father's Day. To all the guys who seed didn't make it to the finish line, but it made it on a face or a belly or a bottom. Happy Father's Day to y'all too. But anyway, enough of the jokes. This is a serious message, as y'all seen from the title. This one is for all the fathers out there, current fathers, and men who are deciding or thinking about having children in the future. It is now more important than ever, more serious than ever, that y'all raise these kids with some discipline and raise these kids the opposite way of how y'all fathers raise y'all or how y'all parents raise y'all in general. Because what I am seeing nowadays is just a bunch of weak kids. I'm seeing a bunch of soft ass kids, specifically boys. Let's key in on the boys. Let's hone in on the boys. There are a lot of weak and soft ass boys now. And this is because there are a bunch of men who are buying into what the West is now turning into, which is one big old matriarchy. And if you don't know what matriarchy is, go Google it. I go ahead and tell you. The matriarchy is a system. It's basically the opposite of the patriarchy, right? The patriarchy is where men lead. The matriarchy is where women lead and make the decisions and make the laws and make the culture of said country or said society. And that's where we're leaning into. And a lot of men are buying into just that. There were time periods where boys would get on the football team. And I remember just from me growing up, you get on the football team, you get yelled at, you get cussed at, you get slapped around, on the helmet, all kinds of stuff. Nowadays, a parent is damn near bound to sue you for saying a little cuss word at her son. Or dad is bound to not say anything at all. He's bound to go with what the woman is saying. And this is why we're having it's a crisis. It's absolutely a crisis. And we're seeing it in the current state of young men right now. We're seeing it in the current state of the boys right now. They're weaker than ever, softer than ever, and we're wondering why, the young men are not able to find mates, are able to find, you know, suitors that they can mate with, have children with, and marry, besides all the other list of things, is because these boys are lacking masculine figures. They're lacking masculine teachers. They're lacking masculinity in general. And truth be told, this stuff starts at the home. This stuff starts inside the home. I'm even seeing young boys, young men that come from two-parent households with men present or a man present, and they're still coming out weak. They're still coming out not manlike. How's this happening? Why is this happening? Well, men in general, overall, are letting society castrate them. They're letting society castrate them. And in return, they're castrating their own seed. There's no, men are just not being the example to the young boys anymore. When when you're coming from a two-parent household, right? And there's a man present, if you're seeing that man basically just bow down to the mother, bow down to woman, not stand up for himself, being the yes man all the time, what do you think that does to that young man? He's going to grow up thinking that, oh, you should do this and that for the woman. You should always say yes to the woman. The woman is right, the man is always wrong. Happy wife, happy life bullshit. That's what that young boy is going to grow up believing, because that's what he grew up seeing. A lot of these young men, they're growing, if they come from a two-parent household, they're growing up seeing men not being men, men who are feminized, men who are soft and don't stand up for themselves. And then we already know the consequences of coming from a single mother household. He's raised under a bunch of emotions. He's raised under chaos and destruction. A woman can't raise a man. I don't care how good that child comes out. Yeah, he stayed out of trouble and he graduated from college, sure, but he's still lacking all the other masculine characteristics that he needs to carry on through the rest of his adult life, right? So this message is for you bitch ass fathers out there who are not stepping up to the plate, who are not doing what you're supposed to do, who's just backing up and getting smashed in y'all duke shoot because y'all afraid to stand up to a woman. Y'all afraid to stand up for your family. This video is for y'all. Because enough is enough. Enough is enough. Men need to take back the throne. Men, make men great again. How about that? We need to make men great again. Because I can't tell you how many times I'm walking around and I'm seeing men push strollers. I'm seeing men push the grocery carts. And off the when y'all you may not find something wrong with it, but I pay attention to the subliminal stuff. That woman should be pushing that stroller. If you're the breadwinner, you taking care of house. That woman need to be pushing that stroller. That woman need to be pushing that grocery cart. It's just the little things, the small little things. Women out here doing whatever they want to do, talking back, all kinds of stuff out here I've witnessed. And the kids, the young boys, they pay attention to this stuff. And y'all got to understand, you have to lead. If the men don't lead, there will be chaos and destruction. Women are complaining about the current state of dating. However, they forget that the elders, the mothers, the grandmothers, they raise these boys, that they raised the same boys that they're complaining about. They raised them to be exactly that way. Stop listening to women, man. Stop paying attention to what women are saying. Don't be in tune. The only time you should be in tune with your emotions is in private. In private with a therapist, if you choose to do so, or with some trusted and thorough homeboys. That's the only time you should be in tune with your emotions. Don't be in tune with your emotions with these bras out here. Don't be in tune with your emotions with your wife. Don't be in tune with your emotions with your girlfriend. Do not listen to them. That is not what they want. They want a cold-hearted savage. That's what they want. And that's what we need to be telling these young boys. Everything that everything that they were told is a lie. Everything that we were told is a lie. It was a complete lie. And look at society now. Look at the state of the Western world now. Nobody's getting married. The population, the birth rate is dropping because nobody's getting together. Men are more suicidal than ever before, more depressed than ever before. They're not rising to the occasion. They're not climbing the ranks, getting out here and grinding and making as much money as they can because they have nothing. They have nothing to live for, clearly. The women are lonelier than ever before. They're depressed as well. And if you take it back to the house, you can trace it back to the father. See, me, I will only blame the woman so much. I will only blame the woman so much because to some extent, we got to put all the fault on the men. We got to put all the fault on the fathers. We got to put that blame on the fathers who chose to leave if they could have stayed. We got to put the blame on the fathers who chose not to be masculine, who chose to shut up and zip their lips when they got married or when they got wives. We got to put the blame on the fathers who passed down that bullshit of happy wife, happy life. We got to put the blame on the fathers because the father, the man, is the head. And what happens when you cut the head off the snake? You get a lifeless body. So think about this. Shout out to all the thoroughbred fathers out there who are doing what you're supposed to do. You know, you're slapping your son around, you're pushing him around, not in an abusive kind of way, but in a way that he should be raised and prepare him for the way that life is going to push him around and slap him around. Right? Shout out to y'all because if the fathers are not pushing the kids around, the fathers are not pushing the boys around, guess what? They're not going to be prepared for life. And they're going to get out here and be depressed. They're going to get out here and not know how to get a woman. They're going to get out here and think everything is soft and Disney World. They're going to get out here and fail like a lot of the young men are failing now. So for you fathers out there, happy Father's Day. Stay in your kids' life. Hold your masculine frame. And that's an afterpill. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.